It's kind of a tier list, but I've not done it in tiers. So I'm doing from 18 to 1 because it's 18 warriors. My favorite warriors in order. I tried to do it. I feel like when I set out to do this, I originally was like, I'm just going to do it when I play them, but it's definitely for playing against them as well. How much do I hate playing against them, and how much do I play playing them? Obviously, this is very much my own opinion, and you will disagree because everyone has their own favorites. No one's going to be the exact same 18 as me. Well, someone will be because chances are someone will, but it won't be for the same reasons, more than likely. Anyway, shall we just get into this? Shall we get into number 18? I was about to say number 1, but we're not doing number 1. We're doing worst to best, obviously. Oh yeah, warriors I genuinely hate playing. I hate them, and I don't play them for this reason. Number 18, Vamana. I don't so much hate playing against him, but I do hate playing him because of this relic right here, Cursed and his ult. Just really don't like it. But the one thing that Vamana does well, one of the things Vamana does well is doing a lot of damage, and he will just assassinate the backline. That's why you see him sometimes in jungle instead of in solo, because he's got a lot of damage and he can do that very effectively. He's not a bad god, but he's never been meta while I've played, so I've never been forced to learn him, and I've not really ever tried to learn him. So he's my number 18. But whenever I play against him, he's always built incorrectly, or not built well, I should say. Maybe not incorrectly, but they're always building like very, very, very attacking. Which obviously you want to be attacking, but you want to build probably more bruiser, but they're just building like a jungler would. So it's a bit which is why it's a lot of damage. But I mean, his ult just ruins the entire appeal for me. Guanyu, other than Vamana, like this is the one that I've played a decent-ish amount, and I genuinely hate playing. I just find him really boring. He has a good ult though, and his kit isn't like it's just boring. I just don't enjoy playing Guanyu because he just exists and does. It's just a sleeper pick, basically. Yeah, I just don't enjoy it. It's a very personal thing. I don't know how to explain it. There's something about the fact that I can do half their health with one ability just makes it feel very cheap to me, and I just don't really like it. I really, really hate Talawa Soul, or how you say it, Talu, I don't know. His spinny blades, I just hate it. To play against, definitely. To play with, definitely. Because whenever I play against him, he seems to hit me from a mile away. Whenever I'm playing him, it doesn't seem to hit him. It's really annoying. But I just don't like the ability for how much damage it does. It just feels really cheap. And yeah. So there's only 2 warriors I genuinely hate playing, and these ones I don't mind playing. I'll pick them from time to time. No qualms. So we're going to start off with Nike. This is one that has grown on me a little bit. I've been playing her a little bit, trying to learn her in Arena. I haven't really played her in Conquest yet. But it's just like, when I'm learning a god, I'll just chill a couple of games in Arena, and then I'll be like, okay, cool. Take this to Conquest, learn it there. Arena's obviously slightly different to Conquest, but it's you're learning how to fight with them and use their abilities. So she's just alright. She does do a lot of damage. She's very safe, very annoying to play against because she just, she'll jump away, she'll use her ult, she'll use her shield. They're all really annoying abilities. But her rend is her most annoying ability because it just seems to always hit you, which is really annoying. This summon, it's, not too big a deal as a solo laner, but it can be annoying, obviously, if they're like Bloater or Osiris. I definitely think she's a decent pick, and she's definitely grown on me. And I do actually quite enjoy playing her now. But 15, Milian. Obviously, her 3 is terrible. Grapple is just standing still, very easy to predict. Just no, not a nice ability. That's why it's got a sick face next to it. Her 2 is a very nice ability though. I really like her 2. It heals her, does a lot of damage. It's basically like her only good ability. Although one's not terrible, it's just not as good. It's not as bad as her 3, that's for sure. But I've got one question for Milan. Will you ever be good? Because it's been so long and you've just never been good. You've been getting buffs as well, but you just never feel great. If I have a Mulan on my team, I generally like really sad about it. And I think that's the only god I'm genuinely ever really sad about, because I know how bad she is late game. Because I've played her a lot and I want her to be good, but because she's so bad, it's hard to enjoy her so much. But number 14, this is one that's going to be probably a bit controversial. A lot of people like Achilles, but I think Achilles as a god doesn't suit me. I just don't enjoy his playstyle. He's got a lot of early pressure, which obviously I enjoy, but I just don't like the way I love his 2 and the way it moves around. Don't really like his 1 or no, his 2. Sorry, his 3. I don't really like his. I don't mind his 2 obviously because it's just a buff thing, but I don't like his 1. I don't like his ult really. His passive's okay. It's a good passive, but I mean, like for me, I don't really enjoy it. But the one thing I will say about Achilles is he's very well balanced, and I don't think that Achilles should ever get buffed or nerfed. Well, maybe he should, depending on certain things. But like right now, he's fine as he is. And yeah, I just don't enjoy him. Very personal to me. Definitely don't mind playing this god. I just always feel it's very cheap playing this god because it just feels like you can get out so much with him. But this thing right here, his passive, I hate it. It's so cheap, so annoying. I just hate it. Because obviously when you're playing Wukong and get him to half, he then gets more procs and more damage mitigation and more damage. He just becomes so hard to kill, and it's so annoying. It's like, oh yeah, I'm going to kill him, and then it's like, oh, I do like 10 damage to him. Great, thanks. His bull form is really annoying because everyone clears away and then just bull forms through you because they don't want to fight. I don't mind the other 2 forms. The other 2 forms are nice, but bull form's just annoying. But Wukong's obviously fallen out of the meta, and he's not as good as he once was. But that's not really going to make an impact on my assessment of him. I just don't enjoy the cheapness of his kit because it just feels like you're getting gifted too much by his passive. It's just a really strong passive, and I just don't like it. Horus. Now, Horus is a god that I should play more because I tend to win on him. He actually is my highest KDA god for some reason. But, support Horus, great support god. Rongi plays it really well in SPL, really fun to watch. I love his ult, I love his his whole kit, I love his updraft. I love the damage he has, because he's surprising amount of damage. But support is brilliant. But I love this. Solo with Golden Blade. So fun, just because you can clear waves so fast, you can do so much with it. It's nowhere near as good. But it's fun. And that's what it's about, fun. Fun and enjoyment. Although typically the better it is, the more fun it is. But it's just fun. It's fun running it down as Horus. Definitely needs to do it more often. I definitely need to just play him more often in general. Very good character. But that is the last of the ones that I like. Yeah, that's okay. Warriors, I love. 11 of them. I really like this category. In the jungle, the mighty jungle, you'll find Alan Shen tonight. He's got a great doggo. Like the extra damage, you think, oh, it's only like a little bit, but then it adds up, and you're like, oh, that is a lot of damage actually. Very fun, also attack based warrior. No, I actually really enjoy his 17 transformations. Love being on the turtle. His pin and his stem are they're whatever, and his ult is whatever. But I love the turtle. I love the auto attack. I love his passive. He's really grown on me as well. I actually quite enjoy playing him in support right now. He's just really fun. Definitely one that's grown on me a lot, because before he would definitely go to the Warriors I don't mind playing, or even the ones I hate, just because I played him badly. But now I understand how to play him a bit more. He's definitely grown on me as a god, so it's good to see. yeah, and it was also really fun to watch him in SPL with like Twig being really good at him. You know, setting up for his team. Really, really enjoyable to watch. So yeah, we like Erlang Shen. Shock, definitely. Only reason I'm playing him is because I had his tier 5 skin. It's a really nice tier 5 skin. I like the Forgotten Gods, I like the concept of it. But that's besides the point. We're not talking about skins right now. Shock. He got played recently by SST West Variety. I remember them building Trance first. I think Transcendence probably feels quite nice on Shock. Give him that early damage, which he likes. But I think my favorite ability of his is 2. I love just slowing and stopping their auto attacks. I love that. I love pairing up like Ichabod. That was really fun to do for a long time. I did that. Or like a Witchblade or something like that. You know, I don't know if Witchblade would count, but you know, just something that would lower their auto attacks. I really like that. I do like. I like Shock. Even though he's like a god that's definitely really weird, I do quite like him, and he's a pick that I definitely don't mind making and like ranked, but it's like one that I know I need to know that it's going to be a good character for me to play into. It's not very often I pick Shock. Before like a patch or two ago, I'd be like, oh no, why are they picking Shock? But now he's definitely, yeah, Shock's cool. We don't mind Shock, so yay. Number 9, halfway through. Amma. This is just a god that I just don't ever get to play anymore because she's a bit of a sleeping giant. She's not really able to be played just because of her kit and build path and all the nerfs and buffs that have happened. She's actually my jungle. She was my jungle pick for a long time. I loved playing Amma jungle. Might not have even been the best, but I really enjoyed it. But she will return one day, and she'll be very strong again, I'm sure. Be it support, solo, fucking jungle, I don't know. But even still, her ult is really fun. And as a god, she's really fun. She just does a lot really well. And I just wish she was back so I could play her. She will be one day, though. Come back, Amma! Okay, Odin, just survive. You just live through so much. It's insane. Obviously, because of the shield being on like what 6-second cooldown with cooldown reduction and all that. Bird bombs always feel nice to do. Chunking damage with bird bomb. But this is a god that is really, 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 really grown on me. Like 2 months ago, if you asked me, he'd been like my least favorite. I would have gone below Guanyu. I would have hated Odin. But now I love him. He's actually one of my diamond gods now, and I love him. He's really fun to play. I really enjoyed playing him in there. I think Depths Defender definitely helped me enjoy the god. Skins can introduce, make you realize this god isn't bad. I just didn't enjoy this about him in his other skin. Maybe it was a voice line or something. I just didn't enjoy it. But when you get a skin that you like, it helps you like a god a lot more, I find. But also, it's always just really fun to use because it's pain for the enemy team. So yeah, Odin's a fun god to play these days. And speaking of another survivor god, Tyr, his 1 second passive is insanely strong, helps him survive way too much. And Tyr can just do a lot. Take a lot of damage, do a lot of damage, and get out. However, the thing is with Tyr, he kind of relies on like a relic dagger and blink to engage, so that's kind of like a bit of your you don't really get too many options in terms of like relics and build paths. You have to put breastplate, you have to put relic dagger, you have to put this, you have to put that, you have to have blink, you have to maybe have a horrific. I don't know. I don't think you're horrific, but you know what I mean. You have to get certain things because the god requires it. The one positive thing you have is you don't ever really need to get beads because his passive allows him to be out for a second. And then with red dagger, I think you get 20%. It's either 10 or 20% CCR, and you'll get more CCR as you go. So he's a really nice god, and I think he think he's really fun. And T-Rex skin really helped me enjoy this god a lot. And that's definitely what made me start playing him. And now I don't mind playing him at all. Bellona, I really enjoyed her animosity meta time. Obviously, she's an auto attack based god. Now it should really be instead of animosity, should be mannequins or something like that, because she's a lot better. Or bumbers even maybe now. I don't know, but she's definitely feeling a lot better than she once was. But even still, she's not feeling amazing. Her whole thing is just doing damage. Annihilating the back line. Getting a mystical mail, getting a shoguns, and just do auto attacking until they die. That is your whole thing. I've seen her in the jungle quite a lot recently, and she feels quite good in there as well. She's just a good warrior, and I definitely think I'm happy to see her at least be pickable again. And she's definitely growing on me as well, because before it would have been maybe 12th, but now it's 7th, which is, top third percent. That's a fraction, not a percentage. But we're going to move on to the top 5, start with Hercules. It's not just a boulder, it's a rock, and that rock hurts. The rock is so fun to use. It's a very simple ability, but it doesn't mean it's not fun. His whole kit's really simple, actually. I really enjoy his, obviously, pull-push, other way around. Blinking with it as well, watching like a PBM or a Fine OK play Hercules is so fun because they're just so good at it. He does a lot of damage. You can build him really tanky and still do insane amount of damage. He kind of causes the enemy team to not really ever have beads because he just forces them on cooldown. And his height, he's another survivor god. His 3 just means he survives for so much. And I really rate him as a god. So yeah, it's nice to start off the top 5 with a god I really do love. Like these gods are like, oh, amazing, love them. King Arthur, one I have not played for like months now because I don't know why. After I got him Diamond, I just never played him again. It feels like anyway. But Beyblade himself, he's all about the abilities. But his autos are also actually really fun to use. Like the just little animation they have of moving is really nice. But obviously, you have his cleave 2, his cleave 1. Is it his ones? Yeah, it's his ones. His cleave 1 and his overhead 1. Both a lot of damage, both really fun. But his whole ability pool is really fun to use. Like his 2s are actually surprisingly fun. His Beyblades are obviously fun as well. His ults are fun. His ult is probably the funnest part of his kit, the one where he takes you up in the air. I really do like that ult. But I'd say like my one qualm with him is like he just feels really bad from behind, and that's like the one thing I have against him maybe. Number 3, Osiris. It's quite similar to Bellona. The main difference with Bellona and Osiris is Osiris just spams his 1 and his 2, because obviously his passive requires him to use 8 abilities, but also his just kit enables him to just spam his 1 because on like a 5-second cooldown or something. It's insanely fast, and he just runs it down. Same as Bellona, really. Runs it down, tries to kill you. Usually uses ult to disengage. Just really fun. And then maybe my one qualm with this god is that I haven't played him enough recently, even though he's been really meta right now. Like, he's been top jungle pick for a while. I've just not played him enough. And that's fair enough because I've been playing solo, because I'm a solo player. But Osiris even in solo still feels really fun. Like watching Benji play him in season, like going back and watching old seasons, like seeing Benji play him is really fun. I really do enjoy Osiris, and I'm glad to see him stay in the meta, and I will probably play him a bit more, to be honest. Number 2, Gilgamesh. Dropkick. Need I say more? Okay, I do? Oh, okay. Obviously, as a solo laner, you don't often get to have Gilgamesh because he's a jungle pick, but he's fun. He wins with Shamash, Dropkick. Even his 1 and his 3 are quite fun to use. Maybe not his 3, but his 1 is fun to use. His 1 and his 3 is just a leap. But his 1 is fun to use, and his build path enables you to do so much damage because you're building. Okay, maybe not necessarily not building mannequins, but you're building like warriors axe, mystical shoguns, all these kind of like attack speed, or but he's basically attack speed, bruiser items, and he's just doing so much damage with them. And then if you're in the jungle, obviously you can get mannequins, you can get bombers, you can get all this stuff, and he's just doing so much damage. Like he is so fun to play. Obviously not fun to play against because he is still fun to play against because there's a lot of counterplay to him. It's not just, oh, I'm dead because I'm playing Gilgamesh. It's like, okay, if you let the Gilgamesh get ahead, yes, but if you're staying on par with him, you can box him. You can box a Gilgamesh as another warrior. I'm not saying as like a freaking, I don't know, mid lane Baba Yaga. Maybe you might struggle, but if you're like a Hercules or something, obviously you're gonna like be like, oh yeah, I can box this guy. He's not just won because he's playing Gilgamesh, and that's something that people don't seem to be scared of Gilgamesh. It's like, yeah, obviously his damage is scary, but it's not like scary enough for you to go sit and spawn over. And that brings us on to number one, Arplash. Sorry, wrong list. Cullen. We love Cullen, and by we I mean me. He's my highest god, highest worshipper god. He's my like comfort pick. I just love Cullen. I don't really have anything bad to say about him ever. His kit just fits me. Watching Benji play Cullen is just mesmerizing. I love him. I think Benji is slowly becoming my solo favorite. It's favorite solo laner. For a long time, it's Fine Okay, and Fine Okay I always love, but Benji just plays those gods I love. Fine Okay is very much like a Hercules. What else does he play? Hercules. He always plays Cullen. He obviously plays like all of them, but it's like Hercules, King Arthur. He enjoys them kind of gods. And it's like Benji's just like Cullen, Osiris, Bellona. Oh. Anyway, this is not about Benji. This is about Cullen. Obviously, his rage. I love the rage. I love his rage form. I love how much pressure he gets. I love his ults. I love his dashes. I love his wands. I love them. I just love it. Just love everything about him. I love his build path as well. He's very tanky. He does a lot of damage. A lot of mystical melt. Mystical melt is just such a broken item. I love like getting talisman. I love just how much you can do on Cullen. It's just a really, really, really nice god to play, and I have nothing bad to say about Cullen. Anyway, please let me know your list in the comment section below. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe because I need to ask this every time, otherwise I don't get any subscribers. But let me know your list. Let me know who you changed. Let me know why I'm a dumbass in the comment sections below. This has been Vasily, and I will see you next time. Peace.